Today we're talking about a handsome pharmacist slash YouTuber. Yep, you heard that right. Who somehow turned out to be the worst guy possible. I heard about this case and it actually makes me fear humanity a little bit. We are going to Korea today, where a 33-year-old pharmacist named Mr. Park has the internet buzzing, and not for any good reason. Welcome back to another Beauty and Crime Sunday with me, in which I do my skincare while I talk about different cases. Today it's not really gonna be about true crime. It's more like a very fucked up thing that happened. So let's dive in, and you might wanna go and get a snack because this story is gonna become juicy. Mr. Park is smart, successful, and hot. I mean, the dude had it all. A legit pharmacist with its own drugstore. Pills? He got it. Medicine? He got it. But wait, there is more. He also had a YouTube channel where he educated all things about medicine. He was so smart, so handsome, that girls were living for him. He had beauty, brains, and probably a lot of hearts broken along the way. But you know what they say, when someone is that perfect, there is usually something fishy going on. So let's see what's really behind that perfect smile. At his peak, Mr. Park had around 240,000 followers in YouTube. He also appeared on different radio shows, different variety shows. He even hung out with a lot of Korean idols. He also helped with abandoned animals, donating. Seriously, when did this guy sleep? The dude was everywhere. He seemed like the ultimate catch. A pharmacist who also cared about birth control, women's health, everything, the whole package. Mr. Park was basically the perfect guy, like the unicorn of men. Girls loved him. They trusted him. Why? Because he was a pharmacist, so he knew everything about health, right? Spoiler alert, he knew a little too much. So this sounds perfect, right? So what is really wrong with this guy? Oh, let me tell you. Here is where things go downhill very fast. As Mr. Park's fame grew, so did the controversies against him. One woman came forward and shared her very shocking story. She was a fan of his channel. She followed him on Instagram and, slide into his DMs. Because that's the modern love story right now. And eventually, she started dating him. Everything seemed fine until she started to feel a very sharp pain in her groin and her stomach. Yeah, red flags all over the place, people. So at first, she brushed it off, thinking, oh, it's just stomach pain. But after a couple months of dating, guess what? She got a text message. A breakup text message. Yup. Not even a face-to-face breakup, no. Just a message from Mr. Park saying, hey, you should know what's going on here, right? Let's break up. Well, obviously she was very shocked because she really liked this guy. But bro, a text message? Say it straight to my face if you have the But then the plot thickens. Another woman came forward. And at this time, it's a whole new level of messed up. She claimed that after dating Mr. Park, she contracted type 2 herpes. Yeah, you heard that right. Type 2, the one that never goes away. You can't just get rid of this one. She said they met online, just like the first girlfriend, and things went a little bit south after their first hookup. She was obviously devastated when she found out that Mr. Park knew all about the disease without telling her. Now, let me explain. Herpes type 1 is relatively very common. It's what causes cold sores. It's very annoying, but it eventually goes away. Type 2, however, is a lifelong virus that can flare up and cause serious pain, especially when your immune system is very weak. It's also something that can be passed to your partner and even to a baby if you're pregnant. So most doctors recommend that if you actually get pregnant to have a C-section instead of a natural birth. So yeah, it's a big deal. But here is where it gets worse. The first girlfriend, yeah, she found out that Mr. Park knew about the herpes and didn't tell her. She even said that during a chat with him, he casually mentioned having herpes and that she should get checked out. And he basically acted like it wasn't a big deal. No, of course she trusted him because, hello, he is a pharmacist. He's supposed to know this stuff. He's in the medical field. In my case, I'm a person who loves to do a lot of research, so I would probably be like, ChatGPT, what's that? But the girlfriend has started to have very severe symptoms, very hardcore stomach pain. It kind of felt like someone was stabbing her in the stomach, and even white clear fluid coming out of her. But then, after all that pain, what does Mr. Park do? He dumps her and finds another girl, the second one, without telling her about the disease. Like, dude, really? It's not just one woman, it's two. And who knows how many more? In some countries, it's actually a crime to knowingly spread a disease, like herpes, without telling your partner that you have that disease. In the US, for example, you can actually get a very big lawsuit because of it. In Korea, it's also a crime, but it's very hard to prove that this guy knew about the disease and still chose not to disclose it. The sad part is these girls were very young, and many of the girls actually had a desire of getting married in the future and having babies. But now they were left feeling like nobody would actually want them, and that they might never have a normal life because of something he did. Because you can actually pass the disease to your partner and even your babies. So they feel like nobody would actually want them. The worst thing is you can see this dude in different stages or different shows talking about birth control and health, how to take care of your body, and then you don't tell your girlfriends about your disease? And if you're telling me that he didn't know, that is impossible. He's a doctor. He's even more knowledgeable about these diseases than any other guy. Then he didn't just do it to one woman, he did it to another girl, and we don't really know how many others there could be. These are only the girls that actually came forward. The first girlfriend said that Mr. Park actually went to her house and started banging the door and said that he was going to kill himself. He was threatening her with his own life so she would feel guilty. After this whole ordeal became a controversy, actually Mr. Park posted on his YouTube channel that he got tested for herpes type 2, but that he was negative. He even showed a paper proof that it said negative, obviously, but then a documentary that was talking about this case, they went to experts and different doctors, and they said, is this paper really proof of that he doesn't have it and he didn't contract it to other people? And the experts actually said no. Type 2 herpes, the testing, it works by blood, and the one that he's proving of, it was by urine. So for this specific disease, you must get blood testing for it to be accurate. So I guess he's lying again. In one of the phone calls with the girlfriend, he said that, yeah, he was responsible for ruining their life, but that he really didn't know about the disease. He's giving me victim mentality. If you actually hear the phone call, he doesn't really sound sad, no. It's kind of sounds like he's reading a script, or he's just telling everything so he can get over with it. She also claimed that when they actually met up, that he was very unapologetic, and that he actually said Should I post a private photo of my ex-girlfriends online? He sounds like a real catch. Some people are asking if the girls are really victims. They DM'd him in his Instagram first, and they met each other without actually knowing much about each other. So they really got into the relationship super fast. They basically put themselves in that situation that you shouldn't meet people online and blah blah blah. I'm sorry, it's the same reason as people saying, oh, you shouldn't go out at night by yourself. Oh, she got essayed? That was her fault for partying. And then people wonder why we don't actually trust guys. This is the reason. It's the guy's fault. He should have told them about the disease in the first place and then let them actually make the decision. Doing some research, I also found that probably this guy did not tell them because he wanted to give that disease to every single girl he wanted. That there is some people that feel fetish about giving pain to other people, which I don't know if that makes it even worse. And I feel like this guy, he will probably do it again, 100%, because he got no consequences to his actions. He basically gave disease to everyone, but they couldn't really prove that he did it, but there is phone calls and everything, so what do you mean? I don't know Korean law, but at least he could have paid the victims in the story a fine or something, but he got nothing, absolutely nothing. So here's the thing, it's not really about blaming the girls for getting involved with them. They didn't know, but he knew. And he should definitely have been responsible for this. I really want to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Mr. Park a victim of circumstances? Don't think so. Or is he just a straight up villain? Stay safe out there, and remember, always do your research. Don't trust anyone, no matter how handsome they are. And remember, always do your skincare. And if you don't end up like a glazed donut at the end of it, you're not doing it right. Bye-bye!